So I have a friend who always makes spelling mistakes. And earlier I used Lazy AI to build a website for him to correct his spelling mistakes before he posts it online. But this time I want to build a Chrome extension that corrects spelling mistakes so that it can be with him wherever he goes. So let's start by typing in that idea into this chat box. Build a Chrome extension that uses AI to correct spelling mistakes. And let's go. Now I've got this text from ChatGPT that I said write text with obvious spelling mistakes, and it's written some text with obvious spelling mistakes. So I want to use this as my test text. Okay, so let me just move myself to that side. Lazy says the idea of a Chrome extension that uses AI to correct spelling mistakes sounds interesting. Would you like the extension to automatically correct spelling mistakes, or would you prefer a button that users can click to check and correct spelling when they want to? I'm going to say a button that they can click. Okay. Now Lazy is going to suggest a suitable starting point for my project, and most likely it's going to be the Chrome extension starting point. There are different starting points for all kinds of projects, like for example, I don't know if you've seen the yellow bouncing ball that's been going viral. There's a starting point for that. There's a starting point for a website with a login already built in. There's a starting point for a Discord bot, for a Telegram bot, for all sorts of things. But in this case, the top recommendation is a Chrome extension. And so, yep, Chrome extension. Let's just say sounds good, let's build it. So what the message is saying is that Lazy breaks down what I want to do into a feature to build next. So sometimes you come with this really huge idea, and most AI models will try to build everything at once, or at least many things at once, but Lazy will break it down feature by feature and go one thing. So this first feature is the spell checker pop-up, and it's going to build like the extension pop-up that that comes, and you can input a text area. You can input text in the text area, and then you can click a button that says check spelling. So let's see. Okay, so now we're going to run this app. Okay, so our app is successfully run, and I can see now I can preview my extension by clicking here. AI spell checker, paste your text here, check spelling, just as Lazy AI said. But I don't think it works yet because Lazy says, would you like me to elaborate on the next steps for implementing the AI spell check functionality? Now there is a note in this Chrome extension builder that says, to connect your extension to the internet or AI services, it is recommended to create a new app in Lazy AI, an app that does the data processing, and then integrate your API with your extension in this app by copying the link to your API endpoint to this app and telling Lazy AI how to use your API. So I want to do that here in this new tab. So build an API endpoint for AI text summarization. I'm just going to click on that. But what I actually want to do instead is actually make it fix spelling mistakes. An API endpoint that corrects mistakes in text. So Lazy just makes sure that it's building the correct thing before it starts building, and now it's going to suggest a starting point. And now you'll see a different starting point to the starting point that we had before, because this is a different project. And so backend server, okay, that's the top recommendation, let's go with it. Okay, it's given a acceptance criteria. So the endpoint will accept post requests at correct text. and the API endpoint is built. So there's a correct text endpoint in the application that uses the LLM ability to correct spelling mistakes in text. Now, the LLM ability is a native integration to OpenAI, right? That doesn't require an API key. But what LazyEye is saying here is that this application requires an API key, like the API endpoint that I've built. Now, I actually just want to make sure I can look at the code if I know how to read it, and I can say, okay, what can I understand from this? I can see here it says API key header, and it's using some kind of API key here. But I actually want to say, don't make it use an API key. So this is recommended for security, but in this case, I just want it for my Chrome extension, and I'm not sharing it with anyone. So now we want to make sure that we know the link to this app. And what we're going to do is that we're going to get the link to this app, and then we're going to put /correct text at the end, because this will help LazyEye understand where to make the API call to. So I just want to start that off by saying, I want to go to build mode and say, make the API connect. I'll make the Chrome extension connect with an API endpoint, and then I'll give the link endpoint details. So the link to my Lazy app is here. The app is listening on this place, right? And this is the link to my app here. The app is listening on this place, and I want to copy that link and the endpoint details. And I just want to copy the endpoint so that LazyEye can know exactly how to use it. So I'll go here and the correct text endpoint, and I just want to put that there. And then go to build. So now what I've done is that I've shown LazyEye, first of all, the link to make the call to, and also the specific endpoint it needs to go to, correct text, and then also how the endpoint responds, what kind of data it responds with, and like it responds with original text and corrected text, and how it expects text to come in. And with that, I want to make a call. So let's see what this does. Okay. So now it's updated popup.js to connect with a specified API endpoint for spell checking. So what I want to do now to test is I want to get this text from here, copy it, and then I want to put it into my extension. AI spell checker, paste my text into there, and then check spelling. I probably want to open this in a new tab just in case iframes don't allow that JS to run. I want to paste my text into there, check spelling. Notice that the text just changed. So let's just scroll down. There was a big storm last night and a lot of trees fell down. People went outside in the morning to see the damage. First of all, notice this there is different from this there was a big storm last night. So what the pop-up has now done is that it successfully corrected the text inside of my misspelled text based off of my API endpoint that integrates with AI to correct text. And all of that is available if you use this template. There's simple steps to use. And what I can do now as the next step is that I could download the extension and visit Chrome/extensions, enable developer mode, drag in the extension and test it out. But for now, I just want to preview the extension and show that it works. And yeah, so I built a Chrome AI spell checker for my friend, and I built that in 10 minutes. And thank you very much for watching. That is the end.